Okay, so last night I did go ahead and start Symphogear G, which is the name for Symphogear Season 2. I believe it's so it's Symphogear, Symphogear G, GX, and I think it's AXV or something, and then it's like XV is the final season. It's something pretty close to that, but I know it's Gear G, and then GX for the first three seasons. But I started Season 2. So I've only seen the first episode, or probably later when I go grab like dinner, I'll throw on a couple episodes while I'm eating, and then we'll talk about that. So, episode 1 had a very strong opening. So it starts off with this monochrome scene. It looks like there's a fire going on. You've got a girl crying blood like Tsubasa did after her swan song. And it showed a little girl who I think is Maria, which is a new character that's been introduced and looks like she's going to be one of the main antagonists of the season. It looked like her as a kid seeing a friend of hers die. Maybe it was a family member. I'm not quite so sure. Well, this like really sad song was playing in the background. I was like, this is actually really good. Like this is a pretty good scene. And then right after, we cut to our first action set piece. So we've got Hibiki and Chris in new outfits, and I love the new outfits. And they're on a train trying to transport the staff of Solomon. So the train is getting attacked by noise, one of which looks like a giant jet plane. Like, I think it looked like a normal kind of noise, and then it almost, like, transformed into a plane. It's like, okay, we're doing this. This is awesome. So they transform. They have a new transformation sequence, which looks really good. Hibiki has a new song, and her new song, like, really slapped. I liked it a lot. As they're fighting, Chris is blowing shit up. Hibiki is covering her back. They're working well as a team. Tsubasa's MIA at this point, but we see her later. I guess put a pin in what Tsubasa's up to. So there's a point where they're like, okay, there's a bunch of enemies, and they're kind of a bit too spread out, so we don't really know what to do. And then Hibiki's like, okay, I've got a plan. So the train goes through a tunnel, and while it's going into the tunnel, Hibiki like unhooks. I think like Chris is actually the one like unhooked the train car, and so Hibiki just like kicks the train car forward. As it goes forward, the jet plane noise hits that train car, but it just kind of phases through it. So while it's like just kind of peeking through the train car, Hibiki using her like jet engine turbine gauntlets just like powers up, goes flying forward, and basically falcon punches both the jet plane noise and the train car hard enough that they both explode, which was fantastic. I am like, okay, is this the best like action thing I've seen in the show thus far? Outside of the thing I got spoiled on with season 3, like seeing them blow up a mountain while riding rockets. Like, that's goated shit. I can't wait to get to that in context. Which, it's Symphogear. I doubt context will help make the scene make any more sense. It'll just be cool to watch regardless. I'm like, okay. To me, it doesn't quite beat the concept of the Tower of Babel moon laser. And I think that and Chris's swan song, like the beam struggle going on at the same time, I think that's still my favorite. Or potentially Fiend just whips sword, like fucking hookshotting part of the moon and slamming it toward Earth. Like, okay, that was amazing. But the jet engine train car punch, that's up there. That was some cool shit. I liked that a lot. And then after that, they're like, okay, we beat the thing. We got the thing transferred. They're helping this doctor. His name is Dr. Ver. Maybe it's pronounced Ver. I'm not quite sure. They're helping him transport. And I don't remember what he said, but there was something he said about them like being heroes, and he had this maniacal look on his face, like the like that super creepy rapey dude from Sword Art Online 2. Like when they're in the ALO, I think it was, the Alfheim game. He had one of those faces, and I do already know he is the main antagonist of Season 2. But if I didn't know that, I'd be like, okay, that face, just that performance there, that was sus as fuck. You are very, very clearly the villain. There's also the fact that there's a noise attack immediately after, and conveniently enough, the doctor is gone, and the staff of Solomon is gone. Like, yeah, if I didn't know, I would already know. Like, this is way too sus and way too convenient. Like, okay. But so Chris and Hibiki were like, oh shit, Tsubasa's having a concert, and we wanted to go to her concert, but we gotta deal with this shit. So they fight some noise, which I don't remember actually seeing the fight. I think after that, we get to Tsubasa doing her concert. The new girl, Maria, is there, and she's kind of fine as hell. I feel like I have to say that. I gotta be honest about it. So the two of them have a performance, and it's Symphogear music. It's a really good performance. Like, the song is really good. The singing is really good. They have their microphones, like these big golden microphones that they're also using as magic wands to make fire as like part of the special effects. But the end of the microphone looks like a giant sword. Like, this is a really fucking cool prop. So after the performance happens, both of them are like, we're here and we're like performing for the world, and the world is awesome. There's people all around the world like screaming and like crying tears of joy seeing them perform. And Maria's like, yeah, we're here to perform for the world also. And then a bunch of noise show up, and she's like, yeah, I can control these. I'm essentially declaring war on the entire world. You know, Tsubasa, the fact that you have a Symphogear is kind of a state secret, so I know what you can do right now, but the world's not supposed to know what you can do, so you can't transform right now. And I was like, oh, you clever bitch. I respect that. And then she transforms into her own Symphogear, which is a black Gungnir. So I don't know, because I know she's going to have other Magical Girl companions. I don't know anything about them. I don't know if it's like, oh, this one is just like Chris's, and this one is just like Tsubasa's, or if it's just a coincidence that this is a Gungnir. I don't know how that works. That happens. They declare war on the world, and I think that was how the episode ended. Do I have anything else? No, yeah, that was basically it. And then during the credits, like, pretty hype song starts playing, which I am assuming is going to be the opening for season 2. So overall, a pretty good first impression. I enjoyed this quite a bit, and yeah, we got the jet engine train car punch. That was fantastic. That was awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing where season 2 goes. From everything I understand, it's just take season 1, iron out any kinks it might have had, and just make it better, and you get season 2. So I'm really, really excited. Like I said, I'm hoping to watch a couple more episodes later today, and either tonight or tomorrow morning, I'll record my thoughts, let you guys know what I think.